Reggie here, your friendly neighborhood bodybuilder and comic book collector, and I want to welcome you to part 3 of What Was Uncle Thinking? This is a mini-series, if you will, where I capture a epic haul that I recently had a chance to experience. It took me to the Pacific Northwest. I made a very quick trip up there to hunt through 400 long boxes in a storage facility, and I had an amazing time doing it. If you have not watched part 1 and part 2, I highly encourage you to go back and check those parts out because there's some awesome stuff in those videos. But for this video, we are going to immediately jump into the books that I have in front of me. I have a list off to my side because there's a lot of books here and they have some significance, and I have my list to help make sure that I keep things on track. And if I get something wrong, I know you guys are going to politely point it out to me in the comments. So the first book that I want to show you guys is Uncanny X-Men number 165. I recently saw this book in someone else's video, and as soon as I saw it, I knew what it was and I knew that it had to go home with me. This is where Storm transforms into the Brood. Just a creepy cover that I'm actually looking forward to investigating a little bit more to see how this turns out. Next, we have Uncanny X-Men number 193. This issue is full of first appearances, including James Proudstar making an appearance as Thunderbird. So definitely a cool book to have in my collection. Next up, Uncanny X-Men number 194. This is the first appearance of Fenris. I've been watching, I think that's how you say it, I've been watching the Gifted TV show, and I think that they made an appearance in that TV show. It's a brother and sister who, when they, touch hands, they, become super powerful. I think it's the same in the comic book, but you guys may have to correct me on that. I have not read it, so forgive me if I got something incorrect there. Next up, we have Uncanny X-Men number 210, a really cool cover here, and it is the first appearance, the cameo appearance of the Marauders. Next up, X-Men 211. This is the full appearance of the Marauders. See how that worked out? Next up, we have Uncanny X-Men number 234, another creepy cover where some freaky stuff is happening to Wolverine there, but this issue is where Madeline Pryor begins her transformation into the Goblin Queen. So there you go. Next up, we have one of my personal favorites, a Jim Lee book, number 248, and I believe this is some of Jim Lee's first work on the Uncanny X-Men series. Really cool cover there by Jim Lee. Next up, we have Uncanny X-Men number 257. This is the first appearance of Psylocke's psychic knife, and I think she worked Wolverine over there. Look at that guy's face. He is stunned. All right, looking forward to reading that. That's going to be cool. Next up, we just have some cool Jim Lee artwork. Uncanny X-Men number 268, featuring Cap and Black Widow. Cool cover there. And the next book that we have is Uncanny X-Men 423. Before you guys get excited, this is not the newsstand edition. It is the direct edition, but still a cool book nevertheless. Next up, you guys see over my shoulder there, Uncanny X-Men number 1 from 1963. As soon as I saw this book, I had to have it. No, it is not that book, but it is a reprint of that book. I just thought it was cool to have, so I went ahead and snagged this one as well. Just a cool cover. If you guys have been watching me for some time, you know that I did a video a while ago about Avengers versus X-Men. It was an amazing story arc, 12-part story arc. And what I realized is that that's not the first time that those two teams have faced off against one another. I had in one of my boxes one issue, I think it was issue number 4 of X-Men versus Avengers. It was a 4-part story arc. I only had issue 1 and issue 4. I was missing 2 parts, and I am missing them no more. X-Men versus the Avengers number 2 is now in my possession, and I also have number 3 as well. So super pumped to have this as in the personal collection to kind of finish off that story arc. All right, so we are going to finish up this epic haul on a high note with 2 additional awesome books. The first, She-Hulk #1, gorgeous homage cover to, of course, The Incredible Hulk #1. This thing is just really cool. It is a newsstand edition and it is in amazing shape. So super excited about that one. And then lastly, we are going to go out with a bang with A Man Called Nova #1 newsstand edition. Another gorgeous book. When I told you guys that this was an epic haul, I was not exaggerating. Not only did I have a ton of fun, I met some amazing people, and I also picked up some really cool books. I want to thank you guys for taking the time to watch this video. I hope that you enjoyed it.